The greedy tortoise got what he deserved. A story of loyalty, greed, and justice. Many years ago, in a vast forest ruled by the mighty king, Lion, peace and order filled the land. Lion was not just strong, he was wise, hardworking, and fair. Unlike other kings who depended on their subjects, Lion had a large farm at the edge of the forest. He planted maize, yams, vegetables, and grains. He believed a true king must also understand labor. That year, the rains were kind. The sun was gentle. The soil was rich. And the harvest? It was the biggest the forest had ever seen. Mountains of maize stood golden in the sunlight. Baskets of vegetables overflowed. Even the birds admired the abundance. Lion looked at the harvest and smiled proudly. This, he said to himself, is the reward of patience and hard work. Because the harvest was too large to fit in his cave, Lion left it in an open space on his farm. But before walking away, he gathered all the animals and gave a serious warning. "Listen carefully," Lion roared, his voice echoing across the forest. "These crops belong to me. No one must touch them. Whoever disobeys will face severe consequences." The animals nodded in agreement. All except one. Hidden behind a tree, watching the shining crops with greedy eyes, was Tortoise. Tortoise was known across the forest for one thing: greed. He loved shortcuts. He hated hard work. And he always wanted what belonged to others. That night, when darkness covered the forest and silence fell, Tortoise slowly stepped out of his shell. He whispered to himself, "Lion has plenty. He won't even notice if I take just a little." But a little was never enough for Tortoise. He carried a very large basket, bigger than his small body. Slowly, carefully, he crept toward Lion's farm. What he did not know was that someone else was awake. From behind the bushes, sharp eyes were watching. It was Dog. Dog was known for his loyalty and sharp sense of awareness. While others slept, Dog often stayed alert. He watched as Tortoise struggled, sweating, stuffing the basket full of crops. Maize. Yams. Vegetables. Dog thought quietly. So this is how greed moves at night. But Dog did not bark. He did not interrupt. He simply observed. By morning, Lion returned to inspect his farm. The moment his eyes landed on the half-empty space, his face darkened. "Who dares?" he roared. The forest trembled. Before Lion could act in anger, Dog stepped forward calmly. "My king," Dog said respectfully, bowing low. "I witnessed something last night." Lion turned sharply. "Speak." "It was Tortoise," Dog said. "He came with a large basket and carried away your crops." Lion growled deeply. "But I cannot punish without proof," he said wisely. "A king must be just." Dog nodded. "Permit me, my king. I have a plan." Lion paused, then agreed. That afternoon, a meeting was called. Every animal gathered in the clearing. Tortoise came too, pretending innocence. Dog stepped forward boldly. "Someone among us has stolen from the king," Dog announced. Silence. The wind blew softly. No one spoke. Even Tortoise stood still, though sweat rolled down his tiny face. Dog continued. "The king already knows who it is." The animals gasped. Tortoise's legs trembled. "Because," Dog added slowly, "the king saw the thief stealing his crops last night." That was the breaking point. Tortoise began shifting nervously. His eyes widened. Dog suddenly pointed and shouted. "Tortoise! Speak the truth. Was it you?" The entire forest stared. Lion's gaze burned like fire. Tortoise's voice shook. Yes, it was me." Gasps filled the air. Lion roared so loudly that birds flew out of trees. "You disobeyed my command." Lion thundered. "You allowed greed to control you." Then Lion revealed the truth. It was not I who saw you. It was Dog. And this meeting was our plan. The animals murmured in amazement. Lion's voice became firm and final. Tortoise, for your greed. You will return every crop you stole. You will work on my farm for 2 full years without pay. And today, you shall receive public punishment as a lesson to all. The animals carried out the punishment. Tortoise was beaten until he fell weak and ashamed. For 2 years, he worked under the hot sun, sweating day after day. He learned the pain of hard work. He learned the cost of greed. As for Dog, Lion turned to him with pride. You have proven yourself loyal and wise. From today onward, you shall never lack food. You will eat from the king's house. Dog wagged his tail happily. From that day, Dog always lived close to Lion's palace, honored and respected. And Tortoise? He never forgot that day. Moral of the story. Greed may look sweet at night, but it brings shame in the morning. Loyalty may seem quiet, but it always receives honor. If you enjoyed this powerful story, like this video. Subscribe for more interesting animal stories. Share this with someone who needs this lesson. And comment below. Are you more like Dog the loyal? Or Tortoise the greedy?